Hey everybody, it's me, Legardo Laxton, also known as Chino and Artie. I know I haven't done a review for a long time, but I am going to be talking about my PC and how to get the best out of your PC. But if you have this kind of setup, because a lot of people tend to have a low-end PC. Mine is a little bit of an upgrade, but this is about the Dolphin Emulator. A Dolphin Emulator, all you'll need is one of these guys. It's an Athlon multi-core APU processor. The 5350 series processor accelerated unit is really good, but you need a lot of RAM, so I recommend at least 4 gigs of RAM. You can go up to 8, like my setup is 16 gigs of RAM, because the one I have is another APU. I have an A107870K, and for a little more demanding, I put in a heavier graphics card. They don't make these anymore. I got the R7 I have to stick with the R7 series because the processor is based on R7, the one I have right here. I mean APU, because it's not really a processor. So, I really like my setup because, look at this. I got my Xbox 360 controller Afterglow. And when you have the version I have, I recommend downloading this version. Don't tweak the settings at all. This is Dolphin 4.0 94. Oh, 10, oh, excuse me. Pepsi got me again. You know, whoever's my subscribers, please spread up the word because, yeah. And also, I have Windows 10 Professional. This is the edition I have because I started out with the Home because this was actually given to me, and then I moved on to this version. But I gotta show you guys this emulation. I gotta say, it runs so perfect. Here is my setup. I'm running it in OpenGL 416:9, so it's widescreen with the hack of a widescreen hack. So anything that was 3D, it goes into 16:9, but 2D pictures tends to be stretch. So even when you watch full motion videos, it's not anamorphic, so it will not stretch it. It will not morphosize, so it's actually just stretched. This is the best alternative to play games that are exclusive for consoles that was never released on PC. For example, Def Jam Vendetta, Die Hard Vendetta, because they only had Nakatomi Plaza and Die Hard 1-2 trilogy. So I get to play the Wii games that came from, you can play Wii and GameCube games. And this is the best, I mean, I'm playing it with this controller, or, because everything I have is tend to be with the same brand, Afterglow. See? And here's another setup. I mean, when I'm playing my Neo Geo emulation, I use this controller. I got this for $6. I know at that place called, that rip-off place called GameStop. And then I have this one for Street Fighter X Tekken. And then this is for my other needs. Like, I like this guy because I have it for my flight simulation games, or my other emulation games that has to do with flight simulation. But this arcade stick is my favorite. It's for my Midway arcade treasures and my other arcade compensations that like MAME and etc. But let's talk about the emulation now, about Dolphin. Dolphin is the best PC emulation I've seen so far, and this is my alternative to play games that are only for consoles. For example, I know I have Mega Man X. Now I got Mega Man X Anniversary Collections, and they run perfect. Look at this. This is, it goes like this, and you do Alt Control Delete. I mean, not Control. I mean, Alt and Enter to make it full screen. And it does the perfect edge enhancement, not just super eagle, but it's a perfect smooth edge. See? So I have the widescreen hacked, but it makes the game really perfect. So I have, look how it's perfect. And yes, this is PC. It's not a video capture thing. No, it's actually the emulation.
Narrator dialogue. Exiting narrator.
I got all the Mega Mans. And let's look at gameplay. I know Mega Man 1, 2, and 3, the X series. I can play it on my Super Nintendo emulation, but X3 actually has full motion video along with X4. Now, playing games like this is great. I mean, it's amazing. Let me pause my recording so I can skip. You can play at 0 without using projectiles, or you can use projectiles by picking Mega Man. When is Zero gonna have his passing? Because I know he died in the first one.
Ready.
Look at the graphics. It's well perfect emulation. I'm running on Windows 10. And it runs great. I mean, the best game I played so far, because I'm a big Terminator fan as well. Not just RoboCop, but Terminator as well. See? Terminator Redemption was one of the best Terminator games ever made. And along with the Sega CD Terminator. Terminator Salvation, I mean, I even have the Machina series. That was not as good because you don't play as Arnold. To play as Arnold on this Terminator game, this is... And here's another Terminator game. The one, Rise of the Machine for PS2 and Xbox. I'm trying to look for it, but I can't find it. But anyway, let me just... Oh yeah, here it is. Here are some other Terminator games. Exclusively for consoles. And these sucks. I mean, you're going to play Kyle Reese and then you're going to do a beat-em-up game against machines? So, I'm actually playing as Arnold on Terminator Redemption. And look at this. It runs in full 60 frames per second. Loading time is... it's actually true to its console counterpart. So... Hello, bowl noodles right here real quick. Let me move this. Okay. Now it says okay. And like I was saying, the full motion video is stretched, but the gameplay is pure 16:9. Let me move the cursor. And it runs full 60 frames per second. How can I mean, this is one of the best. And the only thing you need is an Athlon accelerated processor with 4 gigs of RAM to have the same performance. Because it won't go any higher because that's the... I mean, when you play this on the console, it has slowdowns. There is no slowdowns on this unit. On this simulation. It will not do that slowdown. Watch it. Go play the playthrough on YouTube. You'll notice there's slowdowns. There's no slowdowns anymore. And look at the full 16:9.
Executed.
See, it's really fluent. When I look around, I don't know if the way I'm capturing it on my phone will actually prove it's 60 frames per second, but if I go to the later missions, it looks amazing. So, and I get to play Mortal Kombat Deceptions, which was only exclusively for consoles. Yeah, Deception, Armageddon, and especially Capcom games tend to have crossovers. Like Street Fighter. Street Fighter's been crossover. They even had Ryu now in Smash Brothers. And I have Smash Brothers on this unit too. So, if you have a terabyte hard drive, fill it up with games. Look at this. The reason why I like this game, it has my favorite hero, Kashan. It's pronounced Kashan, but we call him Kashan because of the Japanese accent. The only thing about playing Wii games, not the GameCube games, you'll notice there's a pause because I actually... Well, I'll pick Ryu. No, I want to play as Kashan. That's not his real spelling, Kashan. They actually made a movie of him too. The graphics is amazing. It's full 1080p. Wii games in 1080p? Wow. I wish they had Marvel vs. Street Fighter 2, 3, 4. See that pause? That will happen for the first 5 minutes. Out of the blues, it does it. But everything else, it runs. And the graphics look way better than Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 5. I thank you guys for watching, seeing me do my Dolphin Emulation on this console, Nintendo GameCube and Nintendo Wii. The reason why, if you need this emulation also plays certain main games. For example, like Fast and the Furious. Fast and the Furious is a game that's released in the arcade. It's actually running on the Wii hardware. The Wii hardware, remember, is an IBM board assembly. So, in my opinion, the last remaining true gaming console hardware-wise was the PlayStation 2. And then after that, when I look at today's consoles, it's not really impressive to me because when you look at today's consoles, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, it's nothing but a condensed version of a PC gaming. And they're running on budget stuff. They're running off AMD processors that are APU-wise, only using 8-thread cores, while I know this is a quad core, but this is a 12-thread unit as well because it has 8 cores of acceleration. And back then I was doing dual graphics mode with this processor, the 58K, which is still the best processor out there to play any game out of the Steam library. And you don't need to buy Windows, you can use the Steam OS, which is free. But I'm doing dual graphics mode with this. Oh! Drop the boxes. I'm doing dual graphics mode with these setup. Dual graphics mode. But if I take out the graphics card, I'll still get the same result. Perfect. I thank you guys for watching.